franchise had in 16 years, not since Wes was here in his first year as an assistant. What's your reaction to that?
First, praise my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It feels amazing, man. Like I tell these guys all the time, you know, they can be a part of a lot of history over here, you know, just from the way we've been doing things to, you know, the opportunities that we can create and mold our culture into. We always talk about what a culture is, and always emphasizes at the beginning of the year is what we make it. You know, the 15 guys we have in the locker room, is what we come in and do and hold each other accountable, and what we come in and do on the floor, you know, together as a unit. So we create that atmosphere, and we're just having fun, man. We embrace each other on the daily, and it's amazing to be where we are. But like we always say, we have that humble and hungry mentality. Like we haven't scratched the surface yet. We still got a lot to improve and be better at. Got into it with a fan today?
Yeah, man. I had to give him the exit the stage left.
Oh, to the left, to the left. Everything.
Nah, man. It's just I understand it's a heated situation. I understand the you know, you cheering for your team, stuff like that, man. But leave it there. Leave it just cheering for your team. Because once you start to talk to us and then we retaliate to us, we get fined. Nobody says nothing to the fan. The fan continues to keep coming and, you know, be able to say whatever he wants freely. No, it's not the way it's supposed to go. If we're going to be punished on our end for what we say to them, then they need to be punished just as the same as that way. So I didn't even, you know, start getting back and forth drawing. I said my piece of what I said for him. Once I see he wasn't going to stop, get him out of here, man. I got time for that, bro. Like, go sit behind Boston's bench if you want to do that, bro. Like, we're not about to keep hearing that right behind our bench, bro. It's our home arena, bro, not Boston's arena.
For either two of you, just what do you learn about yourselves from a game like tonight? You know, it would have been real easy to, you know, kind of say, okay, this isn't our night, shots weren't falling. They rally and both during the initial run, and then again during the got out to a 6-point lead at the beginning of the first overtime. What's this say about you guys that, you know, you kind of just fought out a gritty game?
We're resilient. You know, I would use that word. You know, we show a lot of resiliency, and we don't panic. You know, we don't get fluttered or whatever the word I'm looking for is. But you know, we stay calm, poised. You know, it's a game of runs. We're going to go on a run. They're going to make a run. But we trust our defense. Our defense is what wins us. That's the reason why we're 5-1. You know what I'm saying? So we've shot the ball like crap the first 6 games, and our defense is literally what wins us these games and keeps us at bay. You know, when, you know, stretch comes down and, you know, we need to lock in, get a stop, everybody's in tune and locked in. So, I mean, that's been us. That's the benefit of our team. You know, that's definitely what won us the game tonight. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff we got to clean up offensively. You know, turnovers, better shots, getting guys more acclimated, but on the defensive end, everybody's locked in. Everybody wants to get a stop. So when you do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Yeah.
You mentioned the defense being something that's maybe different this year. What is different? Why is that something that led you guys to be 5-1? That's not something that was just said in this building in the past few years. What's different this year?
It's a lot. It's not just one thing. I mean, obviously our scheme is a little bit different. And I think it's always ultimately it's the will. You know, it's all about the players. Like you can have whatever scheme you want, but if the players aren't engaged and willing to buy into what coach wants, then you're not gonna get shit out of it. So, you know, we do a better job of understanding that this is what coach wants, and if we don't like it, he's very receptive to us giving our opinion and feedback of how we want to guard stuff, and we go from there. You know, so having that kind of understanding and relationship with coach, and obviously with the bigs, because they're in a lot of pick and rolls, you know, like I always say, they're the quarterbacks to the defense, you know, so we want to gauge what they feel. And us as guards, we have to make their job easy. So we're all on a string, we're all connected. It feels good to be in this position.
And I think it definitely goes to, you know, back to even when we hit training camp. And, you know, coach gave us a defensive scheme. And, you know, it was times where we kind of, you know, even throughout the preseason, we felt like it wasn't going to work or kind of, you know, really be the scheme that really worked for us as a group, you feel me? But it was all about, you know, buying in and doing it a little bit harder. And I think once we did that in training camp, we see how it resonated over into the game. And we've just, you know, hit the ground running since the start of the season, and just trying to keep continuing to carry it over, really.
Right, you guys were it looked like you were trying to get Horford into some pick and roll action, right? And then at the the very end, you look like a 1-2 pick and roll, you and Spencer. I just wondered what you saw in that play.
For me, it was just creating different size looks. I know Jalen's a really good defender. Jason's 6'9", 6'10". I want to be able to create some advantages for us, whether Al and pick and roll. But granted, Al is a good defender. But out of the guys out there, I know I can get around Al. I know I can use my length and size on Schroeder. So those were the two situations, kind of driving Al's feet, using the length and size, and a little bit of advantage on Schroeder. So those were the two situations. I have to stop turning my back to the defense. That's for sure.
Nah, and then I think a lot of times when he got going, honestly, it came to the point where, it really wasn't about finding the matchup, I think, honestly, because they were switching 1 through 5 the whole game, and when they started doing that, and then Brad started getting cooking early and started killing the ISO game, then they tried to start, passing the guys off. So I think that's why you start seeing the guys that was running up, KCP running up, slipping out. Even the last play when Brad, I don't know who it, DB ran to the pick and roll when him slipped out. Now DB catches it, he's downhill. Now we swing, like that was a hell of a play for us, man. So it's just about learning and adapting and figuring out what the defense kind of give you. And I think, like Brad said, our offense hasn't been where we wanted it to be, but we bleeding and it's guys wins. You feel me? When it came down to it, because we can only guard for so many possessions, but at the same time we got to score the ball. Man, I ain't gonna lie, it did. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. When I shot it, I ain't gonna lie. I definitely thought I had a chance that we were gonna hit the backboard. It just hit center on and just. I told my lady, my people today was gonna be a good day, man.
Oh, yeah, you had your folks there today.
Yeah. The homegrown family come down, my AAU kids. Got to come to see me at the game, man. It was just a great blessing. I'm actually glad I could do that for them, man. And it's something that kids from around my area and from around where we grow up, we don't supposed to see stuff like that. So for them to actually come up and their family be here and them actually be able to come and support me to the game, man, it's a big accomplishment. And I just owe it all to my manager, man, Terrence Taylor. He's an amazing guy, man. And backbone of my family for a lot of things.
Tell Terrence to bring his ass on up to St. Louis. We're gonna tap them boys.
What's up? You sound good.
We're gonna tap them boys.
John done smelt some CP3 done smelt it. Ryan Felton team done smelt it. I mean,
we're good. Hey, we ain't from North Carolina. So don't be you naming all Carolina teams like we.
Listen, do one of those crazy. My team is the only team that went to that Nike Elite and in the A. Okay. And we won it.
Okay.
One
thing I know about my team always in that.
Nike team now.
We always in that championship.
Hey, we ain't on Nike team.
We always in the championship.
Hey,
I know that. I know my team in ship.
You see Trez? Dog.
I heard you.
That was them little ones.
What you think my guys are?
Little dog puppies, boy.
Man, finesse king.
I'm trying to tell you, boy. Man. I don't know if you want that smoke.
Just wait.
Okay. Wait, we gotta set that one.
I got league.
Brad Bill Elite versus Trez Raptors. Okay, we don't run from no smoke.
Boys lace them up, man.
We don't run from no smoke.
That's good.
You can go see my boys after this. They'll tell you themselves. We don't run from no smoke. Okay. I'm trying to figure out.
Say less. BB, I heard that.
You heard
Speak. All right, we'll go to Zoom, guys. Go ahead, Neil.
Hey, Trez, can you take us through the alley-oop that Spencer threw to you and that you finished over Cantor?
Yeah, done today.
Nice little body. Hey, honestly, I just hit the pick and roll, got into it in a quick sprint and didn't really give them time to kind of react, kind of had their indecision kind of in between. Like I said, they came with a different game plan than they did in the first game. The first game they really tried to stay home and try to be in a drop coverage with the bigs, but tonight that was up a lot more and switching, almost down the line and everything, really. So, I really just got into the pick and roll as fast as I could, got behind the defense and, kind of trying to make them, make an indecision on what they wanted to do. And Spence turned the corner, with some force, and he was in a tough situation. It's either I felt like Spence was going to finish on him or, he threw me the lob and I had a chance to. So, really it was just one of those quick in plays that we kind of got behind the defense and, won that possession.
Thanks, Trez. And Brad, for you, how did you see the offense change potentially, late in the fourth quarter into overtimes? It seemed like the ball stuck a little bit more. Was that an adjustment that the Celtics made, or how did you see that play out?
We gotta be better at that. That's been kind of our Achilles heel. We when teams get to switch and we like to try to go ISO a little bit too much, and we gotta stop that. Like, we gotta keep getting our shooters involved. Like I told KCP, I said I did a horrible job of getting you shots tonight. So we got to keep our shooters involved, Davis involved, get them good looks, send them good screens, keep them engaged because they work their tail off on the other end. So you got to reward everybody, even Kuz down the stretch too. So I mean, just keeping everybody engaged and involved in the game. But I mean, there's growth in a lot of ways too, because in years past we wouldn't close out, the way we did tonight. So I've definitely learned a lot over the last few years and understood, what some go-to plays can be for me and for the team, and how we can get good shots out of it. So like I said before, granted, defense is what propelled us to be able to get good looks on the offensive end.
And Brad, are you partaking in any of the 101 Dalmatians costumes with your kids?
You see, I missed the memo. I ain't get the call this morning, so no Dalmatian for me. No Dalmatian for me.
Thanks, Brad.
Yes, sir.
Uh, I think you're on mute, Bob.
Hey, Brad, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Bob.
Hey, Brad, how you doing, man?
My man.
Yeah, from Boston. How are you?
I'm doing well. I can see you. Yeah, I see.
Okay. Hey,
My man.
Trez, how you doing?
How you doing, brother?
Good. I'm good. It's glad to see you. Glad for your success. One question you can short answer. Give you a short list question answer. Brad, in the past, you talked about patience, patience, patience. What was your mindset with all the turnover that went over? And I'm happy for your success. And before, let me just get Trez. Trez, I know you had some tough times over the last couple of years, family and stuff. Did you rededicate yourself to the game over the summer with the change that you went through? And thank you, kid.
For sure. Be real with you, man. I mean, I didn't have to rededicate myself to this game, man. I kind of do the same thing every summer. I kind of don't really change. I go around and play in different summer leagues, and I stay working with my trainer, honestly. So I didn't have to re-motivate myself, honestly. But as far as like the mental aspect, it's something that I'm still dealing with every day because I lost somebody that was really special to me and got me started onto this game, really, man. So honestly, every day is a learning mechanism. Every day is a different coping mechanism. Some days I wake up, I'm great, and there's nothing in the world that can really bring me down. And some days are a little bit tougher. It's just gonna be the way that it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Because I'm dealing with somebody who was my entire world, and she's not here now. So. Like I said, every day is a learning process, but I got the right support system around me, man. I got, teammates that rally behind me when they see me coming in and not really talking much. I got my family that do a great job, and my kids are, the most important thing in the world to me, just to see their faces light up when I come in the room, man. So I got the right support system around me. But as far as like having to rededicate myself, nah. I mean, like I love this game too much. I'm blessed to be able to play it and call it my job, so I'll never take that for granted.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
For me, patience has been the word, even this year to an extent. Obviously, I want to be patient, but I always say I want to win. I always want to be productive, and I want to win here in DC. And we've done that obviously so far. Granted, we're only scratching the surface, but throughout this whole process, I had to. It wasn't easy. Like it was definitely an adverse summer for me as well. On the personal side, but then just basketball wise, like I was with the USA team. So a lot of stuff I was with them, I was trying to deal with Wizard stuff too, and trying to balance that while also hearing from other players, oh, we want you to do this, so it was tough, especially when we didn't have a coach, so everything was kind of like, okay, what are we doing? It's up in the air. But I had a great heart-to-heart with Shep, and he laid it on the line for me, and he was honest about the whole process. He was saying it wasn't going to be a quick decision. He was going to take his time. He was going to interview a lot of people, which he did, and he ended up finding the right. He did. He interviewed about. He had me nervous for me.
I know. There's a couple people names.
But he eventually, narrowed it down, and I gave him, my quick list of guys, and obviously Wes was on it. Two birds with one stone. So, I'm definitely happy for Coach and the opportunity that he's given.
He's tremendous.
Thank you, man. In this league, and then two, he's been a part of the league for 20 plus years. He's explained to me. He's been around for 20 plus years, and he's finally getting his first crack at being a head coach. So, you know, I tip my hat off to him for all his hard work and dedication and being part of this game, you know, and creating his own lane outside of his dad. So it's very exemplary. But, you know, he's been preaching patience, you know, even with our offense, even with him, even with our new team, everything is going to be patient. Nothing's going to be perfect. Like I said before, offense isn't crap right now, but, you know, we're defending well. We're doing it collectively. So just imagine when everything starts clicking, everything's gelling, and everybody's healthy.